Hi, it's me, Nis, again with an update on my transition. I started testosterone 7 weeks ago, and yeah, I've been meaning to make more update videos, but I haven't gotten around to it. So now here's this. I made one before I started testosterone, and this is my second video. As I said, it's been 7 weeks, and yeah, there've already been quite some changes, more than they happened faster than I really expected. The first one is my voice, and I think you can hear it. I definitely can totally hear it. It's much deeper, and today I'm lucky, but 2 days ago it was just cracking all day. I meant to do a video then, but I don't know, it was just ridiculous. It was cracking and breaking all over the place, I often feel like my voice is a bit hoarse. I don't know if that's just because it's deeper or because it's changing, I don't know, but yeah, so I really like that. That's a really good thing, and as I said, it happened much faster than it started happening much faster than I thought it would. And now the last couple of weeks, I don't think that I don't know, it's still continuing to deepen, and so that's cool. Other than that, I don't want to go into it too much because it's TMI, so my libido definitely goes up every time, especially shortly after the shots. I get I think it's 25 milliliters. No, that's too much. What is it? I don't know. I can look it up later. But I had the first shot, and then the second shot was 4 weeks after that, and the third shot was 2 days ago, and it was 3 weeks after the second shot. So, and like every time after that, I definitely feel in the days after that a definite spike in libido, and also and it goes down after that, but it's definitely more than I had pre-T. I had like basically nothing, but now it's definitely more, and yeah, not to the point where it's like, I don't know, it's super distracting or anything, but it's definitely there. And yeah, and another change that has happened, and it started happening really fast, like 3 or 4 days after the first shot that I had, I started noticing downstairs growth, and I'm not going to go into detail, but that's something that's happening and I'm really happy about it. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't really show up in the video, but I have this mascara sideburns, and they're not real. I paint them on with mascara, as I said, and I haven't noticed any thickening or blackening of. I haven't noticed any facial hair or any like increase in body hair or anything. Nothing yet, but like it's only been 7 weeks, so yeah. And my doctor is weird. I don't like him. Well, I only go in to get the shot, and it's like only 2 minutes, but he keeps misgendering me, and also I'm German, so we have 2 versions of you, the formal Sie and the informal Du, and he keeps using the informal, and it's like, he's my doctor, I'm 30 years old, he's not supposed to address me like a child. It's really like, I don't know if he does it with all his patients, which would be super weird, or if he just does it with me because he like doesn't see me as an adult because I'm trans, which would really suck. And I hate it. And I haven't mentioned it to him, and maybe I really should. But he's weird in general. I don't like him. But he's the one doctor I know of in this town, in this city, that will give trans people hormone therapy. Sorry, I'm German, so yeah, hormone therapy without the what's it called, without a letter from a therapist. Like, you can just show up, tell him, hey, I'm trans and I want hormones, and he'll be like, okay, sure. And so that's how I did it, because I don't have, like, in Germany, this system that most doctors follow. It's not the law, but it's like best practice, is that you go to a gender therapist for half a year, like 6 months, and after that the doctor, the therapist that you went to, decides whether or not they give you a letter to get tea. And I couldn't do it. I went to one for 3 months and I had a nervous breakdown. I couldn't do it, even though you don't have to go like once a week, which would really suck. I only had to go like once a month, and the doctor was trans herself, and after the first at the beginning of the second visit, she was like, yeah, sure, I'm going to write you the thing, but you know, you have to like sit through this 6-month period. And it was just too much for me, because I have to go there, and it's an awful feeling to sit there talking about my gender and like having to prove my gender to a person that has the power to then say, no, you know what, I don't believe you, you can forget about transitioning. So like every single thing I say, I have to like put on the scales, like, can I say this, or will this, like, you know? And the thing is, I'm non-binary, and I'm not a guy, I'm not a man, I'm not very masculine, I'm not, I don't know, and it fucking sucked. And I sort of mentioned that I'm non-binary, but I also told her that I'm a man, which I'm not, and I was just like sitting there telling things about my childhood or whatever that I thought would fit into whatever, you know, and it was just too much and I couldn't do it. So at one point I just I ran out crying. I don't know. It was awful. There were other things going on in my life as well, but anyways, I couldn't do it, and I didn't get the letter, and yeah, so I'm sort of stuck with this doctor that I don't really like, that I think is unprofessional, not only in like how he addresses me, but also in his practice, in his actual, you know, doctoring. And yeah, but whatever, so far he hasn't really had a chance to do much wrong, and yeah, I hope, right now I'm not on Nebido, but I hope to get on Nebido soonish. But he didn't want to start me out with it, and I agree with that, because for those of you listening who don't know, Nebido is a form of injection that's very long term, and you get it like every 3 or 4 months instead of 3 or 4 weeks. And so, but if you start with it and you don't know how your body's going to react to it, and you want to then change the dose, of course it's very inflexible, so it doesn't really make sense to start out with it and, like, I don't know, set a too high dose, which would really suck, and then you can't change it because it's in your body for 3 months. And so that's not something to start, or he didn't want to start out with it. I guess you could, you know, start out with a really, really, really low dose and then work your way up, but I don't know, I prefer it this way. And I'm just noticing how nice my voice sounds. I really like it. I'm so glad. Every day I'm so happy. And like the other day I was walking around with my siblings, and I just said, I just want to keep talking. because my voice finally sounds not awful anymore. And it's definitely not, you know, not so deep that I don't know, I think people on the street still read me as female, as a woman, and I don't think my voice is yet really changing that. But I don't know, sometimes when I put on the mascara beard, I don't do it every day, but I do it for the video. And so when I do that, one time I was, before I started here, I was told to not use the women's bathroom. And I think that now if that happened, even me answering wouldn't necessarily give me away. I don't know. It's hard to tell because mostly you don't really get feedback from other people with how they read you, unless they're like unless they can't place you and voice their, you know, unless they're like, are you a boy or a girl, and like say something horrible. But that hasn't happened to me yet, luckily. And I don't know, it probably will, it might in the future, when I'm starting to look more masculine and keep wearing lipstick and such. So that's my second video, and I'm going to wrap it up now because it's already nearly 15 minutes. And yeah, so that's my transition so far as a non-binary person on testosterone. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or like stuff you want to hear more about in the next video, maybe, I don't know, then yeah, leave them below. Feel free to subscribe, to like my channel, whatever people do on YouTube. Yeah, and I hope I want to do a video next month. The goal is to do them monthly, so let's see if that happens. And yeah, see you then. Bye. P.S. because I forgot to say it in the video, but I do want to mention that I have an increase in acne. I've had acne before I started tea, even as a 30-year-old adult. I still had it, but it's increased slightly, but definitely noticeably during now because of testosterone. And luckily it's not in my face, it's on my shoulders and upper arms and upper back mostly. And yeah, it happens. It's, you know, puberty, whatever. It doesn't matter much to me, but I did want to mention it. That's one of the negative side effects. Yeah, so that's something that I didn't want. I forgot to mention it, but I didn't want to leave it out. Okay, so bye.